Hey everybody, Philip and Tom here from IGN, and we just had a chance to play Arena of Valor on Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
Yes, now if you don't know, Arena of Valor is a mobile game that is incredibly popular. It's actually the most popular game in the world right now.
Yeah, most popular mobile game in the world.
Yes, exactly. Now it's developed by Tencent Games, and the developers actually had a chance to bring it over to our offices where we had some hands-on time with it. Now, Tom, I want to get some of your feedback and your impressions of it, and I'll of course share mine as well. But what did you think, getting a chance to play in handheld mode?
I thought it worked better than I was expecting. For those who aren't super familiar with the game, it's very, very similar to League of Legends. It's the same developer. Tencent owns Riot Games. So think League of Legends in much quicker, bite-sized chunks. I didn't think that a game like that could work on mobile, and then I played Arena of Valor on mobile, and I was surprised at how well it worked. And then when they were talking about translating it over to Switch, I was kind of skeptical again, but I think they've done a pretty good job of getting the experience over. It's definitely something where I can actually picture myself playing a MOBA on a console now, where that was never an idea I had.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I think that Tencent did a really good job translating the whole mobile experience over to an actual console, and I think that the Switch is the perfect platform to bring this title over to, especially because it still maintains that portability aspect to it. You can carry it around with you, even though, of course, you do need to be connected to the internet to play it. But then again, you also have the opportunity to play it on the big screen, which is very, very exciting. And of course, you all know that on mobile, Arena of Valor relies solely on touchscreen controls. So this is the first time we're actually getting a chance to play with physical controls on Switch. Now, I personally want to say that I do have some experience playing on mobile, and I now have a little bit of experience playing on Switch, and I found that there's a bit of a learning curve going over to physical controls when you're so used to using the touchscreen controls, and I honestly feel like it worked so well on mobile, so it's gonna be difficult for them to translate the sort of fluidity of the mobile controls over to Switch. Now, they do work very well physically, but like I said, it might take a couple rounds or a little bit of time for people to get used to it, specifically with aiming spells or aiming your abilities towards the enemies. I found that every once in a while, whenever I would aim towards an enemy, use the right analog stick to do it on Joy-Con or Pro Controller, it would actually kind of swing the camera around a little bit unintentionally, and that kind of got frustrating, and it threw me off a little bit during battles. So little tweaks like that, if they can fix it and get it ready for production or for release, I think that would be a saving grace.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I think aiming spells and moving the camera around are definitely the biggest sticking points that I felt while I was playing.
Right.
They've done, like you said, they've done a remarkably good job of translating the controls, but it's just hard, and it's still just not as good as the mobile version, which, like you said, is very good. But on the whole, one of the things I wanted to talk about is I'm impressed with how it looks.
Oh, yeah.
I was really, really expecting them to just bring the mobile game over to Switch and kind of fix up the controls, and that would be it. But they redid some of the models. It looks like almost completely. They overhauled. They added detail to models that previously you would never really get much detail for, and the game looks gorgeous. It looks very, very nice. League of Legends quality, definitely not something that just feels like they brought a mobile game over to Switch and called it a day. It does not feel like that to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, just taking a look at some of the comparison screenshots that we had a chance to look at earlier, it's really easy to identify the improvements in character details and models and stuff. I think that the game compares to how it would be experienced on a higher class or a very strong mobile phone, something like an iPhone 10 or maybe a Samsung Galaxy S9
or the Razer phone,
it's like a high-end graphical performance on a mobile phone, and it looks just as good, if not better, on Switch, and that's of course really great to hear.
Yeah, I totally agree.
In its current state, the game is running at 45 frames per second, I think is what the developers said, and it's at 900p while docked, and I believe 720p while undocked. I'm not exactly sure on that. They didn't really clarify. But obviously there's still a lot of room for improvements here. Now, there is a closed beta test that's starting on June 28th, and you can still sign up to apply to try and get into that. It's exclusive to the Americas and Europe as well. So if you're interested in trying out Arena of Valor before it launches, I believe later this fall, definitely check out the beta itself. But when it does launch, it is going to be a free-to-play game, so either way, you don't have to spend any money on this whatsoever, which is definitely very exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's worth checking out. It's like, frankly, there's nothing like it on Switch right now, and I don't think there will be anything like it on Switch for a long time after it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's all of Arena of Valor on Nintendo Switch. I hope you guys are excited. We're definitely excited to check out the beta once it launches later this week. And yeah, for everything else, Nintendo Switch, Arena of Valor, and all of your mobile greatness, keep